What would you do if the person who shattered your family's life appeared before you, smirking, mocking, and showing no remorse? Could you walk away, or would you fight back, even if it meant risking everything? This is the harrowing story of María del Carmen García, a mother who sought justice for her daughter in the most tragic way imaginable. Her actions sparked an international debate. Was she a victim driven to desperation, or a criminal who crossed the line? Tonight we unravel the full story, in all its complexity. But before we dive in, take a moment to support our channel. If you're fascinated by true crime stories, hit the like button, subscribe to True Crime Files, and turn on the notification bell. It's your way of ensuring you never miss an episode where we explore justice, morality, and the human stories behind crime. The Garcia family lived in Benejúzar, a small, tight-knit town in Spain's Alicante province. María del Carmen García was a devoted mother, dedicated to providing a safe and happy home for her children. But in 1998, their lives took a devastating turn. 13-year-old Veronica, full of life and innocence, was walking home from school one fateful day when she encountered someone she should have been able to trust, a neighbor, Antonio Cosme. But instead of offering safety, Cosme turned into her worst nightmare. Armed with a knife, he assaulted Veronica in an attack so brutal that its effects would haunt her for the rest of her life. Visuals shift to black-and-white courtroom sketches of Cosme's trial. Cosme was arrested and convicted. In 1999, he received a sentence of 9 years in prison, a punishment that many in the community felt was far too lenient for such a horrific crime. For the Garcia family, it was a small solace. Veronica's life would never be the same, and the scars left behind were more than just physical. But justice, fragile as it was, gave them a semblance of closure, or so they thought. Scene fades to black, and the words, 7 years later, appear on the screen. It was June 2005. Maria was waiting at a bus stop near her home when she saw a familiar face, Antonio Cosme. Her heart stopped. How could this man, who had so violently disrupted her family's life, be standing there free? Cosme had been granted a day pass from prison, a privilege meant to prepare inmates for reintegration into society. For Maria, it felt like a cruel joke, but what happened next would change everything. Cosme approached Maria and with a smirk uttered 3 words that would burn into her memory forever. "How's your daughter?" Pause for effect. The audacity of his words, the cruelty behind his smirk, it was too much. Overwhelmed by a storm of emotions, rage, grief, despair, Maria's world tilted. And in that moment, something inside her broke. Visuals show a reenactment of Maria walking briskly to a petrol station. After their encounter, Cosme walked away, heading to a local bar, a place the Garcia family often frequented. Maria, still trembling from their interaction, made a decision that would set into motion one of Spain's most controversial criminal cases. She went to a nearby petrol station, purchased a container of gasoline, and walked to the bar where Cosme was drinking. Without hesitation, Maria approached Cosme, doused him with the gasoline, and set him on fire. Witnesses described the scene as pure chaos. Screams echoed through the bar as Cosme stumbled, engulfed in flames. Bystanders rushed to extinguish the fire, but the damage was done. Cosme suffered burns over 90% of his body and succumbed to his injuries days later in a hospital scene transition. Maria being led away by police, her face a mixture of shock and sorrow. Maria didn't run. Instead, she wandered the port that evening, consumed by the weight of her actions. When authorities found her, She confessed immediately, stating that she had only wanted to scare Cosme to make him feel the pain he had caused her daughter. Her arrest made headlines, and her case quickly became a lightning rod for debate. Was she a grieving mother pushed too far, or had she crossed the line into cold-blooded revenge? In court, Maria was sentenced to 9.5 years in prison for the killing. The sentence sparked outrage among her supporters, who argued that she was a victim of a broken system. Thousands signed petitions calling for her release, and her lawyers appealed the sentence, citing her severe depression, anxiety, and lack of a prior criminal record. The sentence was eventually reduced to 5.5 years. Maria's story forces us to confront some of the most difficult questions about justice and morality. So, we ask you, our viewers, if you were in Maria's shoes, what would you have done? Would you have been able to walk away, or would the rage and pain have consumed you too? Let us know in the comments below. Here's another question. Do you think the justice system failed Veronica and Maria by allowing Cosme a day pass? Should certain crimes be exempt from such privileges? We want to hear your thoughts. And for those of you who love exploring the human side of true crime, like and share this video with friends. Let's keep this important conversation going. The case of María del Carmen García is not just a tragic tale. It's a stark reminder of the flaws in our justice systems and the profound emotional toll that crime inflicts on families. Her story challenges us to reflect on the boundaries of justice and the cost of vengeance. If this story moved you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. At True Crime Files, we delve deep into stories that don't just tell you what happened, but make you question why. Join us next week as we uncover another case that will leave you thinking long after the credits roll. Until then, stay safe, stay informed, and keep asking the tough questions. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.